minutes 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Well then, people, welcome back to the Just Your Football Show. Good afternoon. It's time for lunchtime. Leeds, we're back at the right time. I've been busy again up this morning. Had my son last night. I'm a tired boy. But I need to wake up because, of course, Leeds United take on Norwich City tonight at Ellen Road in a massive game which could see Leeds United cut the gap to Ipswich. And obviously, if we beat Bristol City next Friday, we'll be in the top two. Yes, there'll be games in hand. But as Farke said himself, it's more important to have points on the board than games in hand. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. Look, we're here to talk about Ben Godfrey. It's a signing that at first you're thinking it's pie in the sky, but it seems like it has a resemblance of validity to it. There are legs to it. There is a chance. But he's wanted by a host of clubs. Would he be? I mean, it'd be a real coup. It'd be a real coup. You know, look, the facts are we do have to sit and think, where does he play? Who does it? Like, because the thing is, he's played in DM at York. He's played right back, left back, and centre back. You know, we had a look yesterday at his heat map during his time at Everton. A lot of it's been spent on the flanks. So he's a player that can really give us versatility. You know, if you think, right, think of Archie Gray. When we go back to this back three, you know, and at times in the build-up phase, we have a three. You know, Godfrey can slot in alongside that. You then have a three, if you like, of Strauch, Rodon and Godfrey, or Ampadu, Rodon and Godfrey. That's Premier League. That's Premier League. And look, Ben Godfrey has interest in the Premier League as well. You know, Fulham, AC Milan. It's going to be a difficult deal for us to do. And if I'm a betting man, I think it's a deal that we won't be able to do, if I'm honest, because ultimately, as soon as you find out as a club that Ben Godfrey could be considering dropping down to the Championship, you make a move if you're a Fulham. You make a move if you're an AC Milan. And the thing is, we're seeing a lot of Englishmen go over to Serie A of late, and they're actually enjoying it out there. You know, Godfrey will have friends out there that have played it. You know, they will. You've got Tammy Abraham. You've got Chris Smalling or Mike Smalling, as Louis van Gaal's army once said. He'll have played with these through the England setup, etc. At some stage, he'll know these lads, maybe on the phone. What's it like? It's amazing. You've got Loftus-Cheek out there as well. That's fresh, that. Burnt the lips. So look, I think it's a difficult deal for Leeds United to do. We'll go through some of the stories, if you like, and have a look what the ITKs are saying, or suspected ITKs. Maybe they don't know nothing. Maybe they don't. But yeah, I mean, it's coming from Team Talk, a lot of it as well. But I do think there is validity to it. I think there's legs to it. I just don't think it's realistic. Look, fair facts to the club for being ambitious, because they wanted Nico Williams, they wanted Ben Davies, and sounds like they want Godfrey. But I think for me, there's being ambitious, and I mean, I don't know what unrealistic, dare I say. I can't criticise the club, because if they can put together a payment package for a permanent move in the summer, or, you know, with a view to a permanent, or give him wages, then crack on, mint. But I just can't see a world in which any of them three mentioned come to the Championship for Leeds United. Said that about Nico Williams. You know, Forest will want to keep him. Ben Davies, yeah, nah. He's played this season. We've seen them get rid of the likes of Reguilon, etc. And then Godfrey. And listen, if you could keep it quiet, then cool. But other clubs will have been alerted to him. And when you're like, oh, you're going to go drop championship for Leeds United, well, you can come to AC Milan, you know. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. There is this to consider. Maybe we can include some sort of package because they want Jack. Jack wants Everton. Jack's mum wants Everton. You know what I mean? So why don't we just give them Jack Harrison and his mum and just say you could have them both? You know, 2 for the price of 1 kind of vibe. So it'd be interesting to see how it. Listen, I don't believe in this, bro. I don't even know what that means. If I'm honest, like, what is a smoke? Like, I know what a smoke screen is, but do clubs do that? Like, oh, let's pretend we're going for Godfrey when really we're going. I don't believe it. Yeah, I would say so, Spen. I would say so. You could argue. You might think, oh well. You know, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, etc. Yeah, of course. I hate what's my camera doing here. You know what? These faces are messing it up big time. Because when I recenter my mic, yeah, it actually recenters on Dom Revy, I think. It keeps doing me. I like that there. I wish it'd stay like that. But then I move it back and it goes, watch when I recenter. Are you ready? It keeps going over there. It's like center stage, look. Over there, it wants to be over there. Come back to me, man. I'm the guy, not Reva. Wow, that's very wide. There we go. Sorry, I'm being a bit silly. Let me just move this slightly. Stop fucking about with it, basically. Yeah, I would say would. I would say would get game time at AC Milan. Why else? You forget about Tomori as well being over there. So I mean, why would they go for him if not, right? And plus, the thing is, you've got to remember he can play right back, he can play left back, and he can play centre back. So it's mad. Javi Galan, there's a name we were mentioned too. He's joined Real Sociedad on loan for Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Interesting. I'm just going to pull up the news now, and we'll go through some of it and see what the press are saying. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. It's only a day away. Right, okay. Yeah, but I wouldn't say that's a smokescreen from the club's perspective. I think it's more of agents, players, all that sort of stuff. Right, okay. So let's have a look at what's been said by the press. Leeds United open talks for versatile Premier League 26-year-old that Daniel Farke thinks is fantastic, says Christmas. Leeds United have reportedly opened talks with Everton over a potential loan-to-buy deal, which would make sense. Looks like my Wi-Fi's dropped there for a second. I'm not sure why that is. Just bear with us one moment, and hopefully it'll sort itself out. Have I gone all crackly, folks? Can you still hear me? Can you still see me more to the point? Let me have a look. Yeah, you can, can't you? We're all good. We're all good. It's coming back. It's coming back to us. It's all coming back to me now. Right, okay. So Leeds are looking for another home win this evening as they host the Norwich side, looking to close the gap to second place. It's a reunion for the German and Sam Byram, as well as he left Carrow Road in the summer. And Farke might be eager to reacquaint himself with former Canaries too in the January window. And that, of course, is Ben Godfrey, who he brought through and then sold to Everton for 25 million. After initial claims from Calcio Mercato that Leeds were interested in signing him, it has been revealed by Football Insider that the club are now commencing talks with the Premier League side. So when I originally seen this story, I was like, nah, it's coming from Italy. A lot of the time they talk tribe. But it seems to have had legs to it. It seems to have, apart from Andrea Russo, by the way, but it seems to have validity to it, yeah? So 26-year-old Godfrey is not currently in Sean Dyche's plans for regular starts at Goodison Park. It's because he's decent on the ball. Do you know what I mean? He's got a bit of pace. He's not your meat and two potatoes centre-back, is he? As the Toffees aim to put PNS Chargers behind them in a bid to stay in the top flight for another year. A move to Atlanta collapsed earlier in January, indicating that the Merseyside outfit are open to the idea of the York-born centre-back leaving. So loan to buy is in the pipeline for Leeds and Godfrey. The report states that Leeds' attempts to land the defender could come via an initial loan deal with an obligation to buy included in the agreement. Now, you would imagine any obligation would be contingent on Leeds being promoted. Otherwise, we don't buy him. Otherwise, he doesn't sign. Because why is he going to agree to that, right? Godfrey was, of course, a vital part of Farke's Norwich side that won the championship back in 1819 before moving to Everton in the summer of 2020 after their relegation. The Everton man was initially a midfielder during youth days, but being converted to a defender by Farke as he shared in 2021 after reacting to his positive start at Everton. He said at the time, "I'm delighted for them because they are brilliant lads," talking about Godfrey and James Maddison. Fantastic characters. Sometimes when you have a little bit of time on the sofa, you watch a little bit. When I came in, we had already sent him out on loan to Shrewsbury and he was a midfield player. We got the feeling that he would make a centre-back or full-back out of him. And right now, it is in this role that he is playing and shining a lot. So this is an important thing, right? He has a number of strings to his bow, a little bit like Ethan Ampadu, for example. You have a player there that fits into the squad nicely, has worked with Farke before, so understands his methods, and can fit in nicely anywhere across the back four, which is a positive. Can play left back, can play right back, can play centre back, and really, if needed, can play in the six, as he has done before. You know, so I think it's a positive. As I say, Peter O'Rourke, I mean, yeah, Sky Sports Pete or whatever his name is. He's running with the story as well over on Football Insider. You know, it's a lot of the same stuff that's been reported by Football. All these they've got all names, haven't they? Football Insider. I don't know. There's many heads. No name. I wouldn't think we're bringing in a player that's going to replace Pascal. I think it's more, you know, will he be looking at a player that can play right back, can play left back, etc. You know, Farke, guaranteed game time and loan with obligation to buy, not enticing enough. You would hope so. You would hope so. You would hope so. Listen, if he were to come in tomorrow, Alfie, when you ask, if he were to come in tomorrow for Leeds United, I think he goes in at right back. I think he goes in at right back. And then, yeah, I think that's what Farke would do. If he was to come in and play him tonight, I think he would go in at right back. Then you have another option of Archie Gray in midfield as well if needed, yeah? So I think that's the way it would go. You'll have to, you know, give me your opinion on it. I've asked, there's a poll in the chat as well, just asking if people feel that we can get this deal over. Is it realistic? According to Leeds United News, they've gone with this. Fulham, now want to beat Leeds United to the signing of outstanding Premier League defender. Leeds now have just 8 days to complete any remaining transfer business. Actually, I'm going to ask you that in a poll as well. Just give me 1 second. So I'll see how the poll's getting on now in terms of Ben Godfrey. So 100 likes on the video, so keep smashing them likes up. Can Leeds pull off this signing? 71%, a very, very ambitious, I would say. 71% think that we can pull it off. I'm a little bit dubious. I'd be of a no. That would be my opinion. I'm going to ask you another question, though. Will Leeds complete any signings in the next 8 days? There you go. There's another poll for you. So there'll be a lot of you that will be very dubious, but I'm still confident. So this goes on to say the biggest focus for Leeds this month is undoubtedly at the back. Both full-back positions require additions. Looks like we're going to be losing out on Ryan Giles. Looks like we haven't pushed hard enough, and he must be a player that's further down the pecking order. And listen, this is a deal that if you get done, it shocks up the Championship. It's a bit like Ben Davies. It's like Nico Williams. The club are being ambitious, but again, sometimes you have to be a little bit realistic. If I was to say to you, right, at the start of January, and if you're being realistic, sometimes there's unreal. People talk about, oh, I'm not negative, I'm just realistic, but then fire names out that are just like crazy when you actually think about it, when you're actually deep about it. So if you are actually being realistic and someone said to you, January the 1st, Leeds United will sign Ben Davies, Nico Williams, and or Ben Godfrey, I would turn around to you and go, not a chance. That's just my opinion, like, because they're Premier League players. Why would they come to Leeds United? He's getting so the club are being ambitious, but also is it a little bit unrealistic? Whereas if I said to you, Giles, Connor Roberts, David Brooks, and you had a look at the minutes, where their standing is in the Premier League, are they, somewhere in between the divisions? Then you would say, yeah, they're realistic. But it seems Leeds United are willing to pass up on these, or at least try and get better options, which is great. But at the same time, is it really realistic? People, there might be reports saying it's closer than we think, and I hope to God it's true, but I just don't see it. Godfrey would be mint, but yeah. Yorkshireman, I wouldn't say that we're beaten. It's a case of Leeds United saying we're okay on Ryan Giles. Or it's game time. Like, it's not embarrassing. Like, one sec. Oh, it was a knock at the door. It was not. It was my post. Yeah, and this is the point, isn't it, Ryan? Some of them names might be ready to go. And I agree. And I almost feel if you look at the way the Kamara deal was handled, he was a player that was ready to go since bloody the 1st of August. I don't know when we actually completed the deal, but we spoke about him so much. It's like he's waiting what we're waiting for. And it almost felt like Leeds United were hedging the bets on maybe a Cameron Archer. I know it's different positions, but players that, would have required more wages or bigger packages to their clubs, like the likes of Villa and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that could well be the case. Maybe if Godfrey says, nah, listen, I'm going Milan, they go, right, Connor Roberts is our man, And I agree as well, FIFA Cook. At the end of the day, these players are not playing at the parent club. They're then not going to come to Leeds United and say, I'm going to sit on the bench. Which with Ryan Giles, we may be looking at Leeds United now, seeing Firpo's upturning for, 4 assists or whatever it is. You've got Byram who's fit at the minute as well. So there's all these different factors. Going back to this story though, so what's been said on the rest of this, yeah. The talk about obviously Leeds wanting Ben Godfrey. However, according to Team Talk, another Premier League side in Fulham have joined the race for the outstanding Godfrey as a potential contingency plan. You don't want to be a contingency plan, really, do you? But ultimately, they tried to get Chelsea's Trevor Chalobah. I don't know, is Chalobah going abroad? I swear I've seen. He was wanted by Munich at one point, wasn't he? I know he wasn't involved. Man United high loan deal for him. Is that right? Chelsea forgot man from Premier League transfer lifeline with Blues keen. So there's a number of clubs still looking at Trevor Chalobah. The two clubs are yet to come to any sort of agreement regarding the structure of a transfer. So that's Fulham trying to get Chalobah. So then I guess he's an option they could look at. And again, people won't want to hear it, but if Fulham come knocking, he'll go there because it's Premier League. It's a club that's not getting relegated. With Leeds United currently, unless you're Leicester City, it's still up in the air in terms of promotion. I would probably say with Chelsea, like as a player as well, you're looking at Leicester thinking, yeah, I can go in there, I'll get minutes and we'll get promoted and then I can be in the Premier League. With Leeds United, it's still up in the air because it's so close. Some would even say that we're not in it anymore, according to Statistics. You know what I mean? Seemingly Leeds United have dropped off, even though tonight we can cut the point to 1. Madness. But yeah, so Fulham could be looking at Ben Godfrey as well. So one to keep an eye on there for sure. And then the latest from Team Talk, from Fraser. He says that Ben Godfrey, Leeds keen on loan deal, but ex-Farke protege has other preferences as Everton exit looms. So it's pretty clear that Ben Godfrey leaves. It's pretty clear that Ben Godfrey leaves this window. And they're saying that Leeds United are interested, but the Everton defender is moving towards a transfer out of England. They can reveal exclusively. I don't know where they've got the exclusive from, but it is what it is. Championship side Leeds are keen to do a deal for Godfrey, but face major competition with sources stating that he is most likely heading abroad with AC Milan, a club among the clubs keen. And again, as I've said to you earlier, they've got Tomori, you've got Tammy Abrahams at Roma. You've got a host of English players out there now. Ruben Loftus-Cheek's at AC as well. So he could look at that and they might be saying, come out here, man, it's sick, living in Milan and that. Come on. Or you can go to Yorkshire and Leeds. He's brought up in York. He knows what this place is about. Well, Jamie, I think his versatility would dictate that not be the case. But yeah, you're right. They've got Theo Hernandez, the Danish centre-back. Jar, is it? I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah, no, and he's not better than Tomori. No, I wouldn't say that at all. Milan is a dump, rather Leeds. Yeah, beasting all day. But there's a reason they're interested in him, right, Jamie? York-born Godfrey previously played under manager Farke, which could be something that gets us over the line. He's had spells of good form at Goodison Park, but has barely featured under Dyche, leading to speculation about his future. Sources have said the 26-year-old is keen to explore opportunities outside of England, and clubs in Europe are currently offering better terms for a full sale in terms of with Everton. I guess the ace in our pack is the Jack Harrison deal. But like it's been said, Godfrey, who can play centre-back, right-back or left-back, has played just 91 minutes of Premier League football this term, and he's currently behind Jared Bramthwaite, who's wanted by a host of club Tarkovsky and Michael Keane. These are just meat and potatoes centre-backs, let's be honest. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's had a few horrific injuries that have meant his minutes have been depleted. But if we do have a look at history in terms of his minutes, and of course, you know, his injuries will come a part of this. But what's quite apparent when you look at his history on FB Ref, if we go and have a look, just bear with us one moment. You can see when he's made that move to the Premier League, and I'll share this with you now, folks. When he's made that move to the Premier League back in 2021, his minutes since then every season have just depreciated. So 31 played, 29 starts, 23 played, 23 starts, 13 played, 10 starts, 2 played, 1 start. Do you know what I mean? So each season, his minutes are reducing. So yeah, I don't think he suits Dyche. Do you know what I mean? I will say that much. But yeah, it doesn't make for great viewing when you see that. But he is a top player and he's better than the Championship. Let's not kid around. Even if you were to look at his terms of his data in a number of positions, like I say, tackles and interceptions, you can see their clearances and shots blocked. If we look at him at left back, again, this isn't great for what Leeds United need if we look at, say, carries and stuff. But again, I mean, I'm assuming this data I'm not sure where that data will be carried over from. I wonder if it'll just be all his positions at right back. So before I know that, I shouldn't probably share it because I don't know, because it don't make for good reading, first of all, does it? But yeah, if you look at who he's likened to, according to the statistical data, as Spenge just asked, if we take a look at that, you've got Serge Aurier, Charlie Taylor, Adam Smith at Bournemouth, Luke Thomas at Leicester, Tyreek Mitchell at Palace. Again, these are, listen, I don't rate Aurier all that much, but all these players, he can do a job in the Championship. I know people don't like Luke Thomas, as we've spoken about him before, but his players, look, we're poor at fullback areas, but if you were to ask me, Ben Godfrey is better than all of them. I mean, Tyreek Mitchell I do like. Aurier's had a good career, but maybe that's it, bro. But I think he's definitely of a level that would just improve Leeds United astronomically. And if we think about that 3 that sometimes we do have, if he was to play at right back, for example, imagine that 3 of of Godfrey, Ampadu, and Strauch as a 3. That's very good. And Premier League, I would argue. It's Premier League. The stuff of Manuel Benson, yeah, I don't think that's really got any sort of validity. I mean, it may do, but a lot of the sources we haven't really heard anything of note. I am just gonna show some of his heat maps actually from his times that he's worked under Farke, for example, and you can see on here, like if we look here, a lot of it's spent on the left-hand side of defence. This was back in 18-19 in the Championship. If we look at 2021 as well here, before he'll have got that move, obviously only played 3 times, and then he'll have probably got his permanent move up to Everton. But even if we look at his time in the Premier League, especially in the early days, you can see the number of positions that he's played. One sec, folks. Sorry about this. Where's it gone? Where's the Premier League? That's this season, but you can see he's opted at right back, he's played at centre back, he's played at left back. You can see that from his heat map, right? When he's, again, number of positions there, his versatility knows no ends. You can see that where he plays. And if you look at his first season in the Premier League, everywhere. Do you know what I mean? In them 29 games that he's started, he has played literally everywhere across that back line for the Everton side. I'm not sure who the manager was at that time, but he does give us that. You know, he's not a one-trick pony in terms of, but he's better at right back, but he's better there. He just seems to be able to play anywhere across that back line, you know, which is a positive for Leeds United, especially when you know what we need. Do you know what I mean? Johnson has more pace than Godfrey, maybe. I mean, someone see, this is when you don't. Ben Johnson over Godfrey all day can play both fullbacks, played centre back for him midfield, so has Godfrey. You know what I mean? Do your research, Wanderlust. People are saying it won't happen, only loans. Could be a loan though, right? Could be a loan with a view to a perm. Kershaw says, a friend of mine who knows Ben has texted him saying deal is done. Better not be lying to me. I think they might be lying to you, Kershaw. I can't see it. But if it does, listen, I hope I'm wrong. Because Godfrey would be an unbelievable signing for Leeds United, and he would fit straight in. No problem. At all. If we look at his most recent minutes, I'm just going to have a look, see when he most recently played. 2 games. When did them 2 games happen? If I just go on his matches for this season, they came 16th of December against Burnley, where he played 90 minutes. They won 2-0. And the 2nd of September in a 2-2 draw against Sheffield United. And before that, he played on the 30th of August against Doncaster and got 90 minutes. So only three games this season, 2 90 minutes as well. The other one against Sheffield United, he came on as a 1 minute sub. So not great. So there is that case of, well, he's not actually played since, he's played in August, played in December. Yeah, he's going to need to be brought up to speed, etc. But I guess the positive is that he knows Farke ball. He's going to be able to just fit in, with the group, etc. I'm dubious as to if Leeds United can get a deal like this over the line, because it ain't going to be easy. You're negotiating with Everton. Harrison's involved there as well, probably. You've got the fact that he'll be on a big whack. I don't know what that equates to. We'll have a look on Capology just to see what it's saying on here. just loading up there for me, folks. Just one moment. Ben Godfrey, 75 grand a week. You can see here, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Signed that deal when let's have a look, 2020. So he's 5-year deal. So it doesn't look like they're going to be giving him a new one anytime soon. But it was signed on 75 grand a week. That's a hefty wage, isn't it? So you'd imagine maybe the club might have to. I don't know. Do you think the club could afford to pay that in full, or will we be looking for Everton to subsidise some of that? And that's why probably Everton, if the stories are true, favour a permanent move, right? Because you're getting his wages and you're getting a fee for him. Do you know what I mean? I think I think, Jamie, that's what they want to do, bring in players that have played in the Championship and stuff. They don't want to be going abroad. It seems that way. And for me, I think at where we currently stand, I think it's best to do that rather than someone coming in and taking a while to adjust to English football, because we already seen how long it took Gruyev to get up to speed and for him to get the backing of the manager to be able to play. We've seen the likes of Aronson and co come to the Premier League and struggle. You've even to look at Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie's doing bits this season. We didn't get any of that. You know what I mean? We didn't get any of that. So I think they're looking at players that they know can come in and hit the ground running in terms of knowing what the league's about. And even if you look at the players, they've all been in this league at some stage, right? They've all played at some stage. So yeah, that's something. If you think about it, Connor Roberts, Manuel Benson, David Brooks, they've all played in the Championship, right? I think nearly every player we've been linked with has played in the Championship. I think I'd be up there with the likes of Bamford and stuff, mate. Firpo's on a wedge as well. I don't know if Firpo's got that deadline day kind of move thing, but yeah. Oh, did you see this as well, folks? Thank you, Helen, for alerting me to this. You know, we were talking about Nottingham Forest not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago. Did you know that they've got no relegation release clauses in their contracts? Which is insane. Like, who doesn't put them in? Now, there's a way in which you put them in. We know our way was the stupid way, but it protected the football club. So that's one thing you will say. Okay, it's caused us shit, and it should have been done a different way. Not, we'll reduce your wage and you just can go out on loan, but you need to have a reduce in there. But Forest do not have relegation clauses in their contracts. Meaning any relegation could cost an even more financial woe for the club. That's talking like Chris Wood getting 100k a week in the Championship. Yo, imagine like trying to then get these players to move on. This is the point. We've seen it before with the likes of Jack Rodwell and stuff at Sunderland. These players go, I'm not going anywhere. You signed me on a 5-year deal at 100 grand a week. I'm not going to do that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. No, random guy here. We did. Of course we did. We still should have done it a different way in that we should have just had them clauses in anyway without having to loan them. You know, but at least we had them in. Otherwise, we would be up shit creek like Forest. But I think Forest stay up. I think the 3 that came up go down. Luton are giving a fist of it. But if Forest do go down, it ain't looking good, bruv. It ain't looking good. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, no, 100% Evie. 100%. And they've had it. Do you know what? On Forest, they've had some terrible ownerships as well prior to Marinakis coming in. Marinakis got them back to the promised land, but at what cost? Do you know what I mean? At what cost? Anyway, yeah, what, John, mate, last night, right? Because my bedroom's like an attic bedroom. So it's all on the same floor, but my roof goes like this. So I've got 2 windows. I genuinely felt at some point I was going to have to move me and Harry downstairs because my mind started going, what if it actually came in? Like, what if it actually did come in? Do you know what I mean? When your mind's wandering, I was like, should we just go sleep on the couch? We didn't. I fell asleep. But at some stage, I was like, shit, man. And it was proper loud. And because I'm right next to a window, I can hear it like going down the tower. Like, it's mad. It is mad. Right, okay. I think that might be it, folks. I think that might be it. Why are you worrying about something that hasn't even happened? What do you mean? Me, you mean? Or are you talking to someone in the chat? That's what you worry. You worry about things that hasn't happened. That's the whole point of fucking worrying. You don't worry when it's happening, do you? Because it's happening. Oh, you're not. You're talking to Jamie. Cool. I did think. Well, I did think Leeds fan was like, what are you on about? Crosswires. Right, folks. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. Tonight, watch along. Of course, it is Leeds United versus Norwich. Massive game. Massive game. Leeds versus Norwich, 7:45, which of course means we'll be live from 6:45. And don't forget, straight after that, we'll have your live post-match reaction as well. I, for one, am really excited for tonight's game, but do have I'm a little bit dubious. Professor, I don't believe it. I don't think we're in for Benson, but if maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, man, random guy. Make sure you join us for the watch along, and I'll see you all tonight. Listen, I spoke to Evie earlier on and told her, yeah, because I asked if she was coming on the post match, and she can't because she's at the game. First time she's been in a while, and I've told her if we lose, she's never allowed to go again, and I think that's fair enough. Anyway, folks, smash a like on the video, and I'll see you at 6:45. Come on, Leeds United, let's cut that gap. Imagine how positive you're going to feel if we cut the gap tonight, and then on Friday, next Friday. No, this Friday. No, it's not this Friday. That's it's FA Cup. Next Friday, we go to Bristol City, and we could be in the top 2. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Peace out, folks. Enjoy your afternoon. See you.